Welcome everybody to OP Digital Blueprint Unveiling Success. Welcome to my buddy Red. Today we wanted to... thanks. All good, all good. I've just told him I'm dog sitting at the moment for this magnificent Spanish Podenco. Anyway, on to better things. So we've had some great news over the weekend, as you well know, and I'm going to let Red do his party piece and tell us a little bit more. So over to you, my friend.
Thanks very much. Well, yeah, a lot has happened, hasn't it, since I was on with Andy a week ago, and it all really culminates on last Thursday when we saw our CEO in a very impromptu meeting with Marty and Chris, just to really bring us up to date with what was going on. And he came on to say that the OES would be back with us any day after the 4th of October, and Thursday night was the 3rd of October. And so that certainly gave a lot of excitement around the place, didn't it, for many people, knowing that that was going to be happening imminently. And then over the last the next couple of days, which was Friday and Saturday, Chris and Marty and myself and many other people really were looking forward, you know, and telling people you need to be plugged in here, guys, to see what's going on. And sure as eggs is eggs, as promised, within the time frame on Sunday afternoon, for many of us, the OES went live. And for those that don't know how to access it, you go to onpassive.com and you log into onpassive.com and it will come up. For those of you that are a bit more au fait and technically minded, you can actually go direct to it as well by going to oes.onpassive.com/auth, AUTH, and that will also bring up that website, and you can actually bookmark that as well, so it'll make it easier for you to come back in and out. And literally millions of us have been clicking around the website. We've had a couple of pop-ups within the ecosystem. Obviously, we had one that was waiting for us on the Sunday, welcoming, that's the word, us back to the OES with a lovely message there. And then on Monday, we had another, that was yesterday, another message basically letting us know how many clicks on that website has happened. And really staggering amounts, to be honest. Over 12.5 million impressions onto the ecosystem website within a 6-hour period. Does this mean that they are users? 12.5 million? No, it doesn't. It means for the likes of me, every time you click on a different part of that website, it will register as a click. And so many of us have been exploring our ecosystem once again, getting us reorientated with what it was. It's very weird, isn't it? I mean, I certainly felt like I was had my comfort blanket back again. You know, it felt really nice to be able to log into my account, see my profile, look at my wallet, and look at my teams. You know, it felt really good, didn't it, to see everything in place and, you know, to have it all back again. And I, like everybody else, had a good old nosy around what was there. But it's also very important to listen to what our CEO said on Thursday. And when he said on Thursday that it will be coming back in the next couple of days, any day after the 4th, he said, this is for us to log in to our accounts and to orientate ourselves once again with what was there. That is our profile, our teams, and including the wallet. Nothing else. Okay. So I've had many people contacting me saying, do I need to sign my NDA once again? I've got people contacting me saying, there's stuff missing in my profile. I can't log in because of I can't remember my password, alternative emails, all of these sort of things. All right. We need to understand that we will be given instructions all the way along this new phase of what is happening with Onpassive. Now, it is my understanding that the ecosystem is not the second phase of, or the new phase of Onpassive at all. It has been opened up as a portal and a place for us all to be able to get the right information from corporate Onpassive in the right place, so that they know it is coming from the right source. Obviously, in the past, through 360, and many of us, including Andy here, we give information that we know about to help you guys whilst the site was down. But now it's back. It's right and fitting that we go to the right place to get that information. Are we going to do what we do now and discuss it, decipher it, etc.? Of course we will do. But as far as getting the correct information is concerned, there is now only one place to go, and that is to the updates area, which is in your ecosystem in the top middle. There's a ticker and it says updates. Click on that, and the two updates are there. If you look at the update message, there's an arrow to the right hand side that toggles you from right to left of the old message and the new message. Remember, you can also scroll up and down as well. Really is important that we listen, read, take heed of what is being said, and not get ahead of ourselves. You know, we were given very specific instructions that the support network or system within the OES will be disabled during this time, just to allow as many people as possible to log into their accounts and to have a look around. Now, if there is people whose profiles aren't correct or information is not correct, just wait, guys. There will be an avenue for you to be able to contact support in the future to get all of this changed. But for now, we just want as many people as possible to log into their accounts, so that they can reorientate themselves with what's going on there. Also, for those people who have forgotten their passwords and cannot log in at this stage, the OTP on the login page, when you log into the very first part, you'll see login. With your password, it'll say password at the top, and to the right of it says OTP. This is your one-time password that you will use normally to request a new password so that you can access the site. This goes to your alternative email address that is attached to your account. At the moment, that is disabled as well. Why? Because Ash wants every man hands on deck to take us to the next phase. You're not going to get left behind, guys. Don't worry about that. You're just going to have to bear with us whilst we get everything stabilized within the OES. But that's about it, really. I mean, we are in a very fortunate situation to have our ecosystem back with us with all the data once again. We don't know the whole story of what has gone on prior over the last, well, since June to where we are, but it goes back even further and longer, probably over the last year or two, which is what our CEO said. And we are extremely lucky to have all of our ecosystem back with all of the data that was there before. Are things missing at the moment? Yes, they are. You'll notice that OMail's not active and ONet's not active. OTrim is, but none of our information in OTrim is there. All by design, guys. Why? Because the tech guys need to monitor what is happening with the ecosystem from all different areas of all around the globe, of all different people, all logging in to the website of the ecosystem. And when you have the amount of people on the site at the same time, all clicking away and navigating all over the place, this is what makes these impressions of 12.5 million clicks or impressions onto that website over a 6-hour period. It really shows the resilience of not only the website itself to be able to cope with that amount of traffic on it all at the same time, people going all over the place, but also to the tech guys of the new team who have managed to basically take the data which they had before, which was obviously designed for a different server, take that, all of the coding and everything, and then re-upload it onto a different server and for it to work as we expected it to work from before. I mean, I'm glad that Collins is here now. He'll be able to give us the more technical terms rather than me bumbling on as far as it is concerned. But it really has been a monumental feat to pull this off. That's for sure. It's a bit like having a what's the best terminology I can have for it? It's a bit like having a Ford Fiesta and changing it into a Lamborghini. You know, on one site it's a Ford Fiesta, on another site it's a Lamborghini, but you want two Lamborghinis and you have to adjust it and change it and tweak it and all the rest of it. And this is what these guys have done. They've managed, because different servers use different information to produce the color blue, we'll say, for instance, or different pixel ratings and different speeds, and all these sort of things have a huge effect when you are building websites. And don't forget, you can build websites directly onto people's servers rather than build a website independently and upload it onto a website. I'll just give you the example. For instance, if you use GoDaddy, which many of us do, you are given the option, aren't you, of part of your domain. Do you want a website? You can get it for like nothing, for 3 pages. If you go down that route and you use their templates to make yourself a website for GoDaddy on their system, guess what? It's not yours. It's not independent. It's been built on their servers. And that means that really they hold all of those cards. If that account goes down for any reason, you lose that website. But if you build your own website on your own computer with your own software and then you upload it onto GoDaddy, guess what? Same website, but you retain all of that information of that website because you have built it yourself independently of their servers. And it was my understanding that our other ecosystem was built on AWS's servers. So we're very lucky that we've retained the information, and they have built an independent website that is exactly the same, looks and feels exactly the same as what we had before. And that has been now obviously is in their control, and it is also onto another server. Anyway, I've gone on enough about stuff I don't really know too much about. Andy, back to you.
Thanks, Fred. And I'm really glad Collins has joined us because I want people to understand exactly what hoops we've had to jump through to try and get this, what monumental mountain we've had to climb to get this information back. And Collins understands the system, whereas Red's got a very good understanding, I have to say, but me, not so good. So I'm going to let Collins explain a little bit more about this retention and this return to us, because the vast majority of companies that do this never get back up and running. So Collins, over to you. Explain a little bit more for us.
Yeah, so Andy, thank you. Red, thank you for explaining that. Red was really spot on. I'm a little bit late because I was running late doing something. And I look at it and I said, wow, I have to just get on this on this show now. Red explained it very well. That is exactly what is happening. Sometimes I cannot say the teams, they were like, but they built it, as Red said, based on the AWS, Amazon Web Services system. But I think one of the things was it wasn't dynamic, or maybe everything was hard coded instead of configure it in a way where you can change it and tweak it and put it in different environment. But I want to look at it, and I said, all right, they build a house, you know, and the new team took something like today. I was talking in Maddie's show, Maddie and Chris. I said somebody took a house, like for instance, you are a builder, Red is a builder, or Red is a chef. Say Red left a kitchen disorganized, and you have to, or somebody left a kitchen disorganized. Let me just say Red, and Red came in, took that kitchen. Instead of saying, no, I don't want this. You put all this away. Let's rebuild a new kitchen. It will take a lot of time. They look at it because Red is an experienced chef. He said, you know what? Don't worry. I can make it nice. Though they have done a massive work, but I can manage it to make it look beautiful. Red took it, but it will take a lot of time because remember, Red is doing damage control. Red was not the original builder of the kitchen or the original organizer of the kitchen. Red took something that was handled without any specification, nothing. Red looked at it out of his own experience and said, you know what? We cannot discard it away. There are something that I can use or something that we don't need. So Red put everything, those Red don't need and things that Red need. We call it a little bit of patching work. Not patching as in patching software, but Red said, you know what? I can rebuild this by using some information from here, and other information I don't need, I will throw it away. There is no need going back from scratch, you know, because if I go back from scratch, maybe it will take longer than ever. But if I take this, though it is hard work, but because of my experience, that's I'm saying, like Red experience, Red knows it, and Red know, okay, I don't need A, I don't need B, but I can plug this, and bring something new here, and everything will be anew. And that's exactly what the tech team have done. They look at it and they say, you know what, we can do without it, we can do without this, we can make something new here, we can make something new here, kick this out, and then put everything together, and then make it more dynamic, more configured, where if there is anything, there is a robust change, you know, where, for instance, you can give it to Red, we don't care, Red shut us down, we'll spin it up from Andy's side. We can spin it up from Collins. We can spin it up from here. That is dynamic way of building something. You configure it where things can change anytime. You don't care. It's like octopus. Cut this head and it will grow here. The same information will grow here. And the users will never know that there was something that happens here. They will just use the system as if nothing happened. Only the technical team behind will know that there is something. And that's exactly what this new team have brought in. Because of their experience and knowledge in the tech industry, they do this, and I believe the way forward, you know, those who are growing up, they have learned a lot from it, from their knowledge and their expertise, because they brought a lot of knowledge within and said, we can do this and fix it, and nobody will notice. Yes, it takes that time, but they were handed over something that they didn't build. They look at it and they transform it for something that is even more better than what we had before. Remember, our CEO told us that where we were supposed to be 2 years ago, this is the time we are just in that 2 years. There is no reason. Even I spoke to a lot of founders, they call and I said, look, just be grateful that you can log in, see all your information. That is the most amazing thing. The rest is not important for me. Because just imagine some company will disappear and they will never come back. They'll tell you, you know what, throw the towel off. I cannot take this nonsense anymore. I cannot take this anymore. And they disappear. There is nothing you can do. Some of them can go to administration. Administration is not a crime. In this country, with UK, a lot of companies go to administration. It's not a crime. They go bankrupt, declare bankrupt and go. You know, but Ash Mufareh said, because of his heart, I was born to release this. I was born to do this. I would never let the people who believe in me down. you know, and he took everything, said, these people can do it. They look at it and say, you know what, we can take it and transform it again, make it anew. And that's what we are experiencing. My joy is because we are back. My biggest joy is because we are back. Because imagine somebody asked me about source code. What if there was source code? Why is source code important? Why is data important? I say, you know what? All of them work hand in hand. Your data goes in. What if there was no database? Everything was corrupt. Andy tried to log in, this login screen is there. That is code. Andy go in, put your information, password, and email, and your login credentials, and the system said, I don't know you. What will happen? It means all the data has been wiped out. But if they can retrieve the data without source code, there will be no login page for you to even log in. Because the code, everything has been corrupted. Everything gone. Nothing. So there will be not even front end for you to log in to search your information. And the beauty is the two, the source code and the database, is a complete business they retrieve from us. And we just have to celebrate this moment, because no company will go into this type of problem and bounce back. It is hard. They took it, patches from here, patches, and put it, everything. They go, they come, you know, Andy, what did you have? Andy said, I have ABC. Red, what did you have? This. They put everything together and they say, wow, this is it. And when we log in, nobody have complained that I didn't see my information rightly. I didn't see my wallet. I didn't see my team. You know what asks us to check. Your profile, everything is intact, to tell you that it was 100% recovered. We need to really thank these people. Honestly, I can't believe it. I'm still in shock. I'm really still in shock to really get my head around that they recover everything to shut us down. And what Red explained was really 100% correct. Hard code everything to one system, they shut us down and we recover. How did they manage to get this data? It's a mystery. It's a mystery to me. I still ask myself, it's a mystery. Because you ask yourself, was there a disaster recovery? Was there this? Was there that? Was there that? We don't know. But they shut us down from what the CEO said from one end, and they were able to get everything. And I believe now, everything now is robust. Now they've made it like an octopus. Shut us down here, we get it this way. It is there. And nobody will even see any blink of shut down, because they will just spin up within 1 day or 2 days, we are back. It will not be even long. So I will leave it there. Andy.
Thanks, Collins. I must. That's a fantastic analogy, and I'm really pleased you both did that, because personally I didn't really understand what was going on or what was happening. But I want to come back to the practical side for us guys, for the early birds, the people that have been registered for quite some time now, and it is so important. Red mentioned this earlier about passwords. Now, it's very simple to make a note of your email address that you use to get into Onpassive. And if you have more than one account, no doubt you've got several of these email addresses. Again, if it's a Gmail address, you must make sure that you go into this on a regular basis and send something from it. Doesn't matter what it is. Just make sure you use it, because Google looks at it and goes, oh, you haven't used that for a while. Right, we'll close that down. Then you've got no Gmail account to use. Now, I'm one for lists, as you all know. I suppose my father's an accountant, so I'm a little bit retentive that way. But anyway, the bottom line is, I make a note of my Gmail account. I make a note of the OES number. I make a note of the my username and password. And if it's changed, I change that password. Right, in all of the accounts, and every single one. And I keep that in a safe place, so that if something happens to me, my family know where it is and can get in and can get access. Now, unfortunately, we heard some sad news about Casey Zevenberg, and there are several others that along this journey have unfortunately passed away. It is so important for everybody to make sure this is something you can leave to your family. So make a note of everything you can think of, and ensure that your family get a copy of it. Now, if you haven't got a will, either get a will and make sure that each account, if you've got more than one, is noted for the person that you want to leave it to. Secondly, if you don't have a will, then it's ideal to get a letter of wishes put together and notarized by a notary public or a solicitor, so that they know these are your wishes. Okay, because believe me, when this thing starts paying you money that you've not necessarily had before in the past, everyone in your family is going to want this, and if something happens to you, you need to make sure it goes to the person that you want it to go to. So please make a note. Use your Gmail account as often as you can. Once a month is great. Just make sure Google doesn't close it down, but keep a note of your password for that. Keep a note of your username and password for Onpassive. Make a note of your OES number, because if something were to go wrong with your account, you need to make sure that support knows your OES number. It's all in the profile. You can't miss it. So make sure that you do that. Okay, guys.
Yeah, I'm just going to say one thing about writing it all down. Guys, do it on a piece of paper. All right. Don't do it on your computer. Okay. Why? Hackers can get into your computer really, really easily without you knowing about it. They can get your information from your computer. And if you put the information of passwords, etc., and account details, let's say you just use it on a Word doc or notes or Excel or however you do it, and they gain access to your computer, you're not going to be very happy. So as Andy said, make a note of it, okay, on a piece of paper, stick it in your safe, stick it in between a book, wherever it is, or whatever you want to do with it, but make sure somebody knows where that information is. Back to you.
Okay, well, any final points, guys, before we close off today? Collins, would you like to add anything?
Yeah, so one of the things I wanted to mention today was, I know a lot of founders went to the new information, the pop-up, and they misunderstood it. They were thinking about, when they saw the number of traffic, as I said, but it wasn't traffic. It was about request. Let me call it that way, because that's what it says, request. They said 12,500,000 requests. Some people call and say, oh, is it that we've started requesting for money or this? Someone's like, oh, is it the traffic that is coming in? And I said, no, that's not what. I don't know if Red have already covered this. Red, okay, if Red have covered, that's fine. It was just about the number of times we are logging into the system. So within 6 hours, say Red logged into the system because of the happiness and joy that was always there. Log out and log in again, check this. So the system registered that. Say Red log it within 6 hours 20 times, and Andy log in 20 times, and log in 20 times. So the total number within 6 hours was 12,500,000. So that was the traffic. We ourselves, the founders, logging in and logging out, logging and logging out, search our data, make sure everything is correct. So it's not the traffic that is coming in or any financial transaction. Please, that's not it. It's about our login, the happiness that OES is back and people are just going into it, playing with it and stuff like that. So the system record all of that, register all of that. And Ash want to give us the statistics. And that's what it is all about.
Fantastic. Thanks, guys. Anything you'd like to add, Red?
No, just extremely excited. This really is only the start. I keep reiterating it. The whole reason for bringing back the OES as it was, and looking at people, I've had people saying, well, it doesn't look anything different. I thought this was going to be the next phase. No, guys. This is just a place that we are opening up so that we can see our details, check everything's in order. But more importantly, it's so that the company can let us know what's going on through the update section within it. This is the whole reason for it, more than anything else. This is not phase 2 of what is coming by any means. This is just, think of it as a holding tank. Okay, we are just there with our information, with our data being held, being given the correct information from corporate Onpassive through the update section of our ecosystem. In the future, very shortly, I would imagine, we will have a link for the corporate webinar, the first corporate webinar. That will be put there. It's probably, it might be on OConnect, it might be on Zoom. It doesn't really matter, but it means that we're getting the right information. You know, we've all here done a sterling job over the last 4 months or so by doing what we do to keep everybody engaged and together and bring information when we have it. But it really is time and important now that we log into the right safe environment, get the right information from corporate Onpassive, and then we'll take it all from there. But to say I'm excited is an understatement. I really am. I think it's almost a relief. And if I feel relieved and my anxiety's gone and I feel very at peace, just imagine what Ash Mufareh is feeling at the moment. You know, he must be having the biggest sigh of relief he's ever had in his life for what they've managed to do to recover from what we will find out, by the way, because he did say he will let us know what's been going on. But to come back from where it was to where we are now with the team we've got is nothing short of amazing. Back to you.
Thanks, Fred. Thanks, and I agree with you. My excitement level is absolutely up there. And as I said, I really didn't realise exactly what they've had to go through to get this data back. And thanks to you and Collins explaining this today, that makes, well, you know, the excitement grows just knowing that. So yeah, look, I'm happy to wait a little bit longer. We're there because we've got back what we needed to get back. All right, thanks guys. Thanks for joining us. Please make sure you like and share and subscribe. Please remember we've got Heroes on Sunday at 2 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. UK time. Red, have you got anything on this week?
No, I haven't got too much on this week, but I will be doing a week in review on Thursday. Now that we've got information coming back in, I've started making my notes and all the rest of it. And obviously I will do, I think it's important to bring the recaps or the week in reviews back again, just so that people can point people in directions to get themselves up to speed, because it really is important at the moment, more than ever actually, to be engaged with what is going on. An awful lot of things are going to happen very rapidly as we transition and move forward into this next phase, which we'll find out about. Remember, stick to what our CEO says, right? It's been opened up, the OES, so that we can log in, check our credentials, have a look at the wallet, have a look at our teams. That's it for now. Don't worry about, do I have to sign NDAs? Don't worry about the OMail not working. Don't worry about, I can't access ONet and OConnect's there, but I can't click on it. And, oh, my God, what's happening? The sky's falling in. No. Don't worry about it, because we have not been instructed or told what the next steps are. Okay, we'll be told all of this. It's all done by design. It's all done for a purpose, so that we go through this transition in a very organized manner. This is Onpassive 2.0. Okay, it's going to be bigger, better, but more importantly, it's going to be different. And that's what I'm looking forward to. Back to you.
Absolutely. Thanks, guys. And thanks for joining us,
Andy,
everyone.
before you go, I want to say
Sorry.
one thing, especially to the Indian community, before we shut down. Please don't use the face of Red, Chris, and Maddie or who else to make your webinar, because I saw a post and the capture there was, you know, Ash, it was Red face was there, but it was in Hindi. And when you saw it, they wrote it in English. The CEO, you know, they talk about the 4 things the CEO said. You know, log in, check your profile, check your wallet, and bonus. That is not Red. Red never talk about bonus, please. Martin never talk about bonus. That was not the 4 things. Please, if you want to go and look at their recap, just say exactly what they have said on their recap, or you listen to the CEO. Don't use their face and represent them wrongly. It is really bad. Please, for the Indian community or anybody who is doing something, please don't represent them wrongly.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for joining us,
cheers,
everyone.
Collins. Thanks a lot, mate.
Please make sure you like and share this around. Thanks a lot. We'll see you next week.